Hey guys, big welcome to our Minnesota Twins franchise. We've hit the month of September. We're coming down the home stretch of the season. We are very happy to put the month of August behind us. And this is games 141 through 143, interleague baseball between us, the Minnesota Twins, and the Cincinnati Reds, who are last place in the National League Central. So it's a battle of two last place teams here. And let's look at the Cincinnati Reds. They are 29th overall in hitting, 26th in home runs, 27th in RBIs. Not a lot going good off of the Cincinnati bats. Pitching staff, a little bit better. Runs against, they are 14th. Strikeouts, they are 9th. And ERA, they are 19th at the 3.91 ERA. Our pitching staff has given up a 4.27 team ERA. Good for 26th in baseball. Game number 1 of this series. It'll be Anthony Desclafani facing Carlos Frias. And the Reds come in at 58 and 82. Desclafani 7-11, a 3.49 ERA, 154 and 2/3 innings. And we will have Carlos Frias making start number 4. He's 0-3 with a 4.22 ERA, 21 and a third innings. And spent most of the year in the minor leagues, obviously. Just his 4th start. Let's get some highlights underway here in the second inning. This is Jay Bruce still playing for the Cincinnati Reds in our world. This is year 4 of a franchise that has been carried over from year-to-year saves that started back in 2016 if you're new to the series. Last season we did make it to the playoffs. We lost in the ALCS to the Boston Red Sox in 5 games after sweeping the Blue Jays in the ALDS. We lost some key players in the offseason. We lost Stephen Piscotty. Luis Valbuena was killed in an automobile accident. That didn't help us any. Rest in peace in real life, Luis Valbuena. And we decided to blow things up at the trade deadline. We traded away Will Myers, as well as Eduardo Nunez and a couple of other guys that were big league players. And it has been pretty rough since the trade deadline. So back to this game here. So I'm catching everybody up. Jay Bruce at the plate again. He had a triple RBI in that last at bat. The Reds are up 3-0 now. Top of the 3rd inning. Jay Bruce off the base of the wall. Raimel Tapia gets it back into play. 1 run does come in to score, and the Reds increase their lead to 4-0 in the 3rd. That'll be the end of the day for Carlos Frias. Not a very good start for him. And Carlos Chavez will come on. He is facing Jesse Winker. And Winker lines a base hit into left field in front of Eddie Rosario. His throw is up the first baseline. Another run comes in to score. The Reds lead at 5-0. So at this point, we're not too worried about wins and losses. We're bad. We know we're bad. We're going to get a really high draft pick. And we have a ton of salary cap space that has opened up. So we're going to be very active in the free agent market in the offseason. And we're hoping to time it up with some of our young players like Jose Barrios and Miguel Sano, Jose De Leon, a pitcher. Hopefully they'll come into their own, take another step forward next year and add them to some veteran key pieces from the free agent market this coming off season. Hopefully we can pull a little worst to first action that the Twins did back in 1991 when they won the World Series. Over the Atlanta Braves in 1990, they were worst in the American League West. In 91, they were first. So we're going to try to pull that off here as we are headed for worst. As Miguel Sano tees this one up, driving it deep into the Minneapolis sky, into the 3rd deck. And that breaks a little home run drought for Miguel Sano. And I believe it's like number 35 on the year for Miguel Sano. We go to the 8th inning. It's 5-2. Cincinnati with the lead. Shane Ashley. He's our setup guy. 59 games so far this year. A 5-3 record. He's got runners on 2nd and 3rd and the 8th, trying to keep the game somewhat close. And a ground ball right up the middle is going to score another run. Here comes the throw to the plate. That will hold another runner at 3rd. And it is 6-2. Cincinnati with the lead. 13 hits for the Reds. Twins have pounded out 9, but only scored 2 runs. We've been getting hits in this losing streak. As you see, Tyler J., a former Twin that we traded away to the Reds, come on to face Miguel Sano in the bottom of the 8th. And Miguel Sano drives another one deep to left center field. That one's headed back, and that one is gone as well. Second home run of the game for Miguel Sano. Cuts the lead to 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th off of former teammate Tyler J. Didn't spend a lot of time up with the big league club when we had him on our roster. He was mostly a minor league pitcher. Reds win it 6-3. Like I was saying before, we've been getting hits. It's just coming up with hits with runners in scoring position, and a lot of our hits have been 2-out hits to get runners on base, and then nobody steps up to drive them home. Miguel Sano goes 3 for 3 on the day with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. Francisco Cervelli, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Delino DeShields Jr., 2 for 3 with a double. Jace Peterson, 1 for 4 with a run scored. All right, second game of this 3-game series, James Caprillion against Chi-Wei Hugh. And Chi-Wei Hugh's just making his second start, and it does not go well for him. The Reds jump out to an early lead. 4 runs in the top of the first inning for the Reds off of Chi-Wei Hugh. And they ride it to an 11-1 win. They had 2 grand slams in this game. Billy Hamilton went 3 for 5 with a home run for Cincinnati. All right, final game of this 3-game series. The Reds are 60-82. We are 47-95. Brandon Finnegan on the hill for Cincinnati. 4-8, a 3.48 ERA, 93 innings. A 1.44 whip, 42 walks, and an even 100 strikeouts on the year. Chad Bettis will face him. He finally got his first win of the season. He's 1-11 with a 4.76 ERA, 123 innings. For the guy that started out in long relief for us, has now been thrust into the rotation due to some injuries. And Chad Bettis is going to tee one up for Joey Votto, and Joey Votto drives it deep to dead center, and it is gone. Joey Votto. The Canadian puts the Reds on top, 2-0. In the first inning, so once again, our starters giving up runs early in the game. It's 2-0. We go to the third inning. Joey Votto again, 258, only 16 home runs and 48 RBIs on the season. And with nobody on and 2 outs, this is not a replay, folks. This is the second home run for Joey Votto, almost in the exact same area, straightaway center. This time it's just a solo shot. It's 3-0. Cincinnati. Joey Votto with 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats of the game. Reds wearing throwbacks from the 70s, I want to say. Fourth inning.
Number 7.
Eugenio Suarez, 272 hitter, 1 for 1 on the day, runners on the corners with 1 out. And he's going to send this one into left field. Byron Buxton makes the play, runner tagging from third, and will come in and score without a play at the plate. It's 4-0. Reds leading. 6 hits for the Reds, 2 for us. We go to the 6th inning. Here is Chasen Shreve. We really like him. He's had a fantastic year, 50 games. A 1.98 ERA, a left-handed specialist. He's on here to face the right-handed hitting Maurice Seymour. And Seymour swings and misses. And Chasen Shreve gets out of the inning. And we're going to try to keep Chasen Shreve around. He's definitely a piece that we want to have on our team as we turn this thing around. Jake Reed making his 5th appearance. Now, Jake Reed, he's interesting here. He's spent most of the year in the minor leagues. But he's a pretty highly rated reliever. And if he takes another step forward, he could also, it'll be interesting to see how his spring training goes next year, but he could also be a piece in our bullpen. And he had a good outing there with the strikeout. 4-0. Reds with the lead. We have a opportunity thwarted by a double play here. And we go to the 9th inning, still trailing 4-0, trying to avoid a shutout. Miguel Sano, with 36 home runs on the year, 71 RBIs. It'll be interesting to see if Miguel Sano can get to 40 home runs. I would like to think so. After this game, I think we have like 19 games left. So he's got to get 4 home runs in 19 games. Obviously, he might not play in all of the games at September call-ups, kind of garbage time, so maybe say he gets 15 games. Who knows? He might get there, he might not. So Brandon Finnegan goes all 9 innings for the Reds, getting 5 hits, 3 strikeouts. No earned runs given up, 1 walk, so he pitches the 9-inning shutout. That's rare these days. The Reds sweep the series 3-0. And up next, we've got a series with the Oakland Athletics. And I'm going to guarantee a win in that series, at least one, because I've already played a game, and we won. Spoiler alert. So, playoff picture, quickly, in the American League, the Red Sox, Tigers, and the Angels are leading their divisions. The Blue Jays and the White Sox are the wild card teams. The Rangers 3 games back. The Indians are 3.5, and the Yankees 9.5. Not a really super realistic shot for the Yankees to make it. Out in the National League, Washington, the real-life world champions, lead the Mets by 3 games, the Phillies by 3.5, the Marlins by 3.5, the Cubs 6.5 games over the Pirates in the Central. The Giants have pretty much wrapped up the West. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks are the 2 wild card teams if the playoffs started today. So that is episode number 214. Up next, like I said, we've got the Oakland A's. You already know how one of the games is going to go. We got to win in the opener. But join us to see how that happened, and the other 2 games are a mystery still because I haven't played them. So that is Minnesota Twins franchise here on the Moldy Cheese Baseball Network.